The next year rolls around. I'm going back again. And she would go and she would pray and she would ask God and she would sacrifice. God, please give me a baby. Now, you might not be praying for a baby today. You may be praying for one of your children that you want God to give you clarity. It's been kind of foggy. So I need you to put yourself in the situation of Hannah today and not just think about if I have a kid or if I don't have a kid. This represents all of those things in our hearts that we carry with us where there is an empty space, but we keep going to the house of God anyway. And what blessed me about Hannah is what blessed me about Samuel. Let me explain. If you fast forward to the time that we read about in 1 Samuel chapter 3, verses 1 through 11, Samuel is a boy now, not a baby. So eventually, God gives Hannah what she asked for, a baby. But she had to take the baby back to the temple and dedicate him to the Lord, because that's what she vowed she would do. If God gives me a boy, I'll give him to you, Lord. I'll let him serve you. So after she had weaned him, she took him and she put him there in Eli's temple, which she knew was corrupt, but she had no other choice. And she had to trust God that God is going to take care of this, even though I can't. She had to trust God that I'm sending my kid to this crazy school, and I know what goes on there, but I know the God who goes before my kid that I'm sending to this school. And in giving her child to God, it meant that she spent almost every day of her life away from this boy. Now, God ended up giving her 5 other children, because you will never outgive God. You're whining and crying about that little $20 that you loaned your friend this week. You didn't loan it to them. You loaned it to the Lord. And the Lord will pay back with interest those he can trust with his substance. And every year she would go to see Samuel, her boy that she gave to God. She would bring with her a little ephod, which was what the priest would wear, a little linen ephod that she had made custom for him. And she'd have to kind of guess how big it should be, because she hadn't seen him for a year. So if you were to see Hannah go into the temple at this point in her life, you would see a proud mother of a future prophet, her bumper sticker would have said. And you would have seen her with her little ephod. Oh, he's growing up so much. Here's the new ephod. And you would have seen her going to the temple and sacrificing